I have this slide, which might be a little bit dense, but I think it is very, very well describing the process we followed and how are we trying to provide these actionable items in terms of open source and standardization. So this slide can be read from left to right. So on the left-hand side, we have the motivation or one of the drivers for us to start the working group, and also some of these drivers are shared not just for us, but also for other data spaces initiative, which is the regulatory push that we are having in data spaces. As you all know, the Data Act, as issued by the European Commission a couple of years ago, it is precisely saying that the ambition of the European Commission is to go for this digital single market, and this digital single market should rely on data spaces. And they are saying specifically that it is very important for those data sharing and data spaces things to be interoperable. And on Chapter 8, Articles 33 and 36, they are explicitly saying what are the characteristics that data spaces should have in order to provide this interoperable data sharing. So starting from this regulatory driver, we are trying to provide two different streams that are the thing that you can see on the middle of the screen, which are standardization and adoption for data spaces. How can we do the part on standardization? By doing what we call open source specification, which is something we can do at the Eclipse Foundation because we have the needed processes for this, and because we are as well Category A liaison with ISO IEC, and also soon to be liaison with Sensenlec, meaning that whatever we do at specification level in the Eclipse Foundation, we can submit and transpose easily into international standards. And this is what we are trying to do. We are trying to provide a full stack of protocols and profiles for data spaces that are fostering this interoperability. So the actionable item we can extract from this standardization stream would be, on the one hand side, the technical specification for the given protocol that we are going to standardize, plus what we call a TCK, a technology compatibility kit, which is an open source module you can run to certify or test that your solution is compatible or aligned with the standards and protocols that we are doing. So this is how we see the part of standardization. And then the other stream you can see in orange at the bottom of the stream of the slide is regarding the adoption. So we want the community to use this standard. So we are trying to align with the different open source projects that are working on data spaces. We are trying to provide them with a strategy, and also trying to make sure that they understand what we are doing, so that they can hopefully transpose into the future the specifications and the protocols that we are developing, and incorporate those on the following reviews. So that's the adoption. And eventually, the idea would be providing a sort of starter kit so that we can easily reference a number of open source modules that can be used in order to build a complete data space solution. So depending on the module you are using, depending if it is coming from one project or the other, they might be using different technologies, but the idea would be that regardless of the module that you are using, as they would be implementing the standards that we are trying to specify, they will be interoperable. And this is something we are doing in collaboration or looking at some other data spaces initiatives, such as Simple or the Data Spaces Support Center, so that we can align and make sure that this is happening the right way.